Hey guys, it's me Jessica, and today I'm going to be talking about Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I just finished this last night at midnight, and I couldn't go to sleep because it was amazing. I love this book so much. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I would give it 98%. There's 2 reasons why I gave it 2% off, 1% for each reason, and I'll get to that in the spoiler section of this review because I need to vent. I need to talk about this. So, Six of Crows takes place in the same world as the Grisha trilogy, so there are Grisha, and so it's about six very different people, and they're all recruited to go on this heist. This heist to get this person out of the ice court, which is in another country, so they have to sail over there on a boat. And I am absolutely in love with all of these characters. I love all these characters, and even though there are 6 people within this group, there are only 5 points of view, and I was a little disappointed about that, but that's not a reason I took off a percentage. I'll get to those reasons. But this book is very much full of anti-heroes, or just people who do bad things sometimes and have no regrets because they do it because of emotion. I highly recommend it. I would read the Grisha trilogy first, just so you get a feel for how the powers of the Grisha work, as well as kind of the world. This book is so good. Like, please, just read this book. Read the Grisha trilogy, because that's amazing too, and then read this, and I can't believe it's by the same author, because to me it feels so different, and I love it. So I guess that's kind of the non-spoiler section of this review. So yeah, go read this, and then come back, and if you have already read it, which probably the whole universe has, just stay tuned, because here we go. Oh my gosh, this book, the ending. I am so happy I read this at this time, because in September, the next one comes out, Crooked Kingdom, and I just will buy that and read it on the spot. I will do that. I will do that. It's now an anticipated book in my list of books. So I guess you all are wondering why I gave it 2% off. I really would have given 100%. I wanted to give it 100%, but I have 2 reasons why I didn't. And one is because Nina and Matthias didn't kiss in this book. I mean, I was just waiting for it. I mean, there was so much sexual tension. They hate each other, but at the same time they like each other, and it's like they get to the point where they're both like, yes, we like each other. You save my life and I save your life. And Nina's even like, once if we get out of this alive, I will kiss you unconscious. And I was ready for that scene. And then she took the drug. I don't even know how to pronounce the drug. I didn't even attempt it in my brain. I just kind of skipped over the words in my head. Really sad, and I hope she's able to pull through it. I really, really, really want her to pull through it. I want Nina and Matthias to have a happy ending. These people aren't really good people. Like, Nina's a pretty good person, every once in a while, most of the time. And Matthias is a good person too, though he was just raised to hate Grisha and be violent and things like that. But those 2, they're really good people, and I think they deserve a happy ending. I think they deserve to be together, and hopefully in Crooked Kingdom they do. The other percent is that Kaz, and I think her name is pronounced Inge. I don't know how to pronounce her name, and I was doing it so many times in my head. I'm like, Inge. They didn't kiss, and there was so much sexual tension between them, and they're probably my OTP in this book. When she got stabbed by Omen, and then Kaz just plucked out his eye and said, if my wrath was here, if my wrath. He said, my wrath. I closed the book and squealed, and I was like, yes, they need to get together. There's so much there, and it was just so foreshadowed. And it got to the point where he was like, I want you to stay, and he's like, I want you, and it's all the way at the end, and she's just like, you can either have all of me or none of me, and I was just like, you go, Inja, Kaz, you need to get over your issues so then you can get with her. And oh my gosh, I love it so much. I wanted those two couples just to have a scene where they get their emotions out and they kiss, so the sexual tension wouldn't kill me. But no. And I'm actually kind of happy that she didn't put that in there as well. Like, I hate that she didn't do it, but I like that she didn't do it as a writer standpoint. So, romance aside, because this book isn't meant to be romantic, I enjoyed the heist. Like, I was just so prepared for them to get to the ice court and how this was gonna go. And at first it starts out smooth, and then Kaz messes it up. He has to go get Rollins, or whatever his name is, and he messes it up, and hopefully he can use his mess up to his advantage in the next book, which it alludes to that he does at the end in the last chapter. And I need Crooked Kingdom right now. And I liked how the team evolved the plan as they went. They were like, okay, we can't do this anymore because we can't do this in the original plan anymore because it's not going to work. So we have to work around that. We have to do this stuff instead. And I liked how she told you the whole plan in the beginning, the whole plan A, and you're like, all right, hopefully this goes to plan, and then it doesn't, and they make another plan, but you don't get told the whole plan. You have to see it as it unfolds. Like, you know a little bit of it, but then, like, you think the plan is falling apart, but it's actually just where it needs to be, which I thought was awesome at the end. I love that. Now, there are two people within this group of 6 that I have not addressed, and that would be Jasper and Waylon. So Jasper, we got a little bit of a taste of. I feel like the main characters within these books was actually Nina, Matthias, Inja, and Kaz. They were like the main character, and I feel like Jasper and Waylon were kind of side characters, but I really did like Jasper as well because his development through the book, as he keeps using his fabricator power. He's like, should I practice this? Should I take this ability I have and grow it and make myself more powerful because of it? And I like his struggle through that, and I hope it gets resolved in the next one. I'm really, really excited for that. And I don't know whether Waylon and Jasper's relationship is becoming this, like, they're Best buds, they're team now, and I don't know if that's where that's going, or if they are going to be in a relationship, if Leigh Bardugo is going to make them into a relationship. Either way, I am totally fine. I love their interactions, and, like, you don't know that Waylon can't read until the end, and I just kind of assume, everyone just assumes that people can read in books. Another thing that's in this book is a lot of backstory. You get a lot of backstory for all of the characters, and I really actually enjoyed the backstories for all of these characters because I was so interested in all of them. I think Inja is my favorite character. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correct or not, but Inja is my favorite character. I definitely got in this book the second chapter, which is her point of view, and I was very impressed with Kaz during the parlay, when Kaz was just kind of like, hey, let me reveal this, and then the other guy's like, oh my god, I didn't know you knew that, and it was just, oh, it was so good, so good. I was like, man, Kaz is such a BA, and oh, this book was incredible. And it was the plot, it was the characters, it was the writing. Every voice felt so different. You can see why Waylon's voice was not added into the mix. I and the readers didn't need to know much about him because it had to be revealed at the end and slowly and everything like that, and so I'm very happy. Another thing I want to talk about was when they were in Catterdam, when they were in the barrel, and how there were a lot of I want to say adult themes, but it's a teenage book, and I mean, don't really call Inja a whore or a prostitute. They just said that she was a slave at a pleasure house, and it wasn't like, it was very well put. It's a very adult theme put in a young adult book in a very smart way, because you don't think less of Inja because she worked at a pleasure house, and you don't think less of her for for any of that. I mean, these people are part of a gang, and like a fantasy gang, and it's just, it's perfect. I loved it so much. I cannot wait for the second one, especially since now that like Inja's with Von Eyck, or I think that's how you pronounce his name, Von Eyck, and the money, they need their money. They need their money, like 30 million Craig, I think it was, or but yeah, that's all I have to say. If you've read this book and you want, I just want to talk about it, so comment down below, please, please. I really want to talk about this book, and I don't think I have any friends who've read it, and I need people to, I just need people. I need people, you guys, please. So the next book, I guess I should tell you the next book I'm going to be reading, and I just started it, and I have a couple of days, I have less than a week to my road trip, so I really want to I really want to read a book real quick before going on the road trip, and I decided to read Throne of Fire by Rick Riordan, and I have just started it. I'm on chapter 2. Like this video if you liked myself, if you liked me ranting about Six of Crows, because I like ranting about it. So subscribe to get notified when I make a new video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having a great day. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!